Crowder yesterday, I know I said he was going to be limited. We got done with really our activation period. He didn't feel good enough to go. We thought it was smart to hold him back, see if he'd feel better today. So right now the plan is for him to be able to practice, and Sam, and things are trending in the right direction. Hopefully, barring any setbacks, we'll get him going on Sundays, on this Sunday. So whatever you guys got.
So Adam, with Sam, barring any setbacks, in other words, if he gets through today's practice without any calamities,
we'll roll. Yeah, he'll be good.
And how's he looked the last couple of days?
He's looked good. I haven't seen any. It's like one of those things where you don't see anything that is alarming or looks different. I'm sure he doesn't feel like he did like day one of week one. But he's not giving us any of those indications. I don't see any like lack of velocity. I haven't seen him throw any balls where they'd either like die or you couldn't get the distance. I haven't seen any of that. Everything looks normal. It's just I'm sure he doesn't feel great, like he did in week one.
Adam, what will it mean having back on the field for your offense and for your team? Just what will it mean for your offense, for your team, just to have Sam back in the lineup?
Yeah, I think, getting him back out there, I mean, you can obviously, he's able to kind of create some things when things aren't going the right way with his legs, and, just gives them another element to have to worry about. I mean, obviously him and Joe, that's the biggest difference between the two guys is really the movement as far as being that threat to get an explosive run at some point or extend a third down if protection isn't there. So, him getting back with the knowledge he has of the offense and, the chemistry he does have with some of these guys is him and Crowder they seem to have a really good chemistry. So, hopefully we can get kind of, keep building on what we're doing and what the guys are playing with.
Adam, is there any thought with Sam to perhaps erring on the side of caution, given, like you said, he's probably not 100%, and also, the state of the team, at 0-6, is there a thought to maybe just keeping him out another week to make sure?
I don't think it's not really like I'm worried about him getting like re-hurting his shoulder or anything. It's just more of a, he's in pain. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of pain there for him that he's not complaining about to the extent of like we shouldn't play him type of deal. He wants to play. I mean, that was the biggest decision we had to make as a group was, is this the right thing to do? Because he wasn't really looking to take no for an answer. Like he is, a lot of times you do lean on the player to be like, all right, you got to be honest with us. You got to tell us the truth, where you're at. I mean, he was not really interested in hearing us like, hey, let's take another week to rest. So we had to really do a good job as a training staff, doctors, front office. Everybody had to really look at this and say, okay, what's the best thing for us to do for him and us? And, coming in, watching him practice, seeing how he's doing and not having complaints and throwing the ball the way that we expect him to throw it, everything says he's good.
We'll take a few more.
Adam, at 0-6 and everything that comes with that, from the outside, how do you keep these guys from kind of pressing and just trying to do too much, trying to win a game in one play, so to speak?
Yeah, it's you're talking about it all the time as far as staying in the moment, staying present, focus on what we're doing, how we're getting better today. When we get closer to game day, you're looking for the guys to do their job. You're looking for 11 guys working together. You're not looking for the out-of-body experience of, hey, I'm going to do this, and that's going to mean we're going to get a touchdown or a turnover or I'll cause a sack. Whatever it is, you're just trying to get everybody to do their job. And when you do that, then that gives you the best opportunity to put yourself in position to win a game in the fourth quarter. when we start going off the reservation and guys start trying to make plays that they shouldn't, and then, you know, the guy jumps out of his gap and then we let up an explosive run and then we just let it snowball on us. That's really what we have to focus on, is we get everybody just doing what they're supposed to do and work together and everybody's on the same page. That's when you give yourself a chance.
I just wanted to ask about two guys with Mackay limited all week. How's it trending for him? You expect him to have
Positive.
him on Sunday?
I think there's, unless we have some kind of weird setback today, it looks good.
And with Ficken, is that the type of situation where it would almost have to go to pregame with him just to see how he feels on game day? And in that case, you'd have to activate the other kicker.
Right. We're kind of day to day right now, but we're running out of time, you know? So, I mean, we're going to have to make a decision here pretty soon and decide what we're going to do.
Is Mims going to play Sunday for sure, Adam?
We still, you know, a couple of these in-week injuries, we got to kind of, you know, talking with Joe the last 2 days, we're trying to figure out, all right, how do we go about all this? Obviously, you know, if we get the opportunity to bring him up and everybody feels good about it, then we want to do it. We want to do it. But, you know, when we get, you know, a couple guys go down in practice and now we got some question marks and saying, all right, hey, what direction we heading here? Now we got to talk through all the roster manipulation things we have to do.
Adam, what have you seen from Castillo if he has to kick instead of Ficken, you know, since you brought him in the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things you just, for me, it's watching a guy kick in practice is one thing. You know, it's always what's going to happen on game day. You know, the good thing is I do trust, you know, Brand Hammer and their evaluation of, you know, if they bring a guy in here, I'm always going to trust those guys that, you know, that guy can do the job the way we need him.
Is that it for Coach?
Adam, how do you think Sim has handled everything? And I'm talking about from the standpoint of, obviously, you're 0-6. There's talk now, Trevor Lawrence. I know you're not thinking about it, but he's still a 23-year-old kid, and he hears all this stuff. How do you think he handles this?
Yeah, it's a social media, you know, it's a coach's dream dealing with the social media stuff with these guys because, I mean, they're on it. You know, I can say don't be on it, don't read anything, all those things. Like what I do and what they do is probably completely different because this is what they know. This is how they've lived their whole life, where they've had access to things like that since they've been, you know, old enough to have a phone or, you know, and all those type of things. So I think he's handling, you know, everything as well as you can in the situation you're in. You know, he wants to win. He wants to be out there. He wants to make sure that he's doing the right thing for his guys, you know, for everybody in the organization. He don't, I don't hear him talk about it. I don't hear him, you know, use the energy to worry about something like that. I think his focus is mainly on, all right, I'm playing this week. I want to make sure that I play well against Buffalo. You know, it's just doing everything you can to make sure, hey, you do your job really well. We'll get these other guys to do their job well. That's going to give us our best chance of winning the game.
Is that it for Coach? Thanks,
All
Coach.
right, guys. Thanks.